Yet another heartbreaking close loss. Reminds me just so much of a lot of things, man. Reminds me of week 2 Washington. Reminds me of 2020 in terms of just how this game played out with our defense really showing up and in my opinion having a good no, they had a great game. 2 turnovers, a lot of stops, good amount of 3 and outs. The defense played really well. But the offense couldn't capitalize, right? And we'll get into both because, to be honest, with how much of shambles this offense is, how much can they really capitalize? And my bad, guys. I'm recording this. This is gonna be unedited, so I can get up as quick as possible. Let me let me just respond to this message real quick. All right, bam, done. Let's start with the defense and something that I said last week in my stream and in my reaction video, I believe, where I was like, this defense possibly just had a get right game against Carolina. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because what we saw against Carolina was the defense I'm pretty sure we all expected to see from week 1 of the regular season. In my opinion, we saw that same defense again today against the Chiefs, even with the pass rush. Now, it didn't show up in the sack numbers, but that's because Kansas City planned to get the ball out very quickly from early on, from the very first play. They were getting the ball out within a second, 2 seconds, very, very quick passes, short passes, and with the speedy guys they have, it developed into long things, really good runs. They were gashing us in the run game for a good amount of the time in the game. Kansas City playing around a pass rush because we were still getting good pressure. Quincy Roche and Azeez Ojulari started, which I liked. Obviously, the numbers aren't up yet, but I think Azeez should have still gotten a little bit more time. I didn't see much of Lorenzo Carter. I can't remember if I even saw him. We saw a little bit of O'Shea and Zimenez, who of course I'll talk about. But this defense was good. James Bradbury owned Travis Kelce, in my opinion, if you want to talk about a positive thing. In pass coverage, Kelce was basically a non-factor for most of the game, and Bradbury was on him for most of the game. And then he even got the fumble recovery off of Kelce, and then shout out to Logan Ryan for being the cause of the strip fumble. I think Leo had half a sack or something, him and Quincy Roche, and of course Azeez was such a force that Orlando Brown had to hold him a couple of times. Like I said, the defense from last week against Carolina showed up. That's a good thing. The reason I said last week it was a bad thing and more of sort of a personal thing is like, I'm like, why did it take them so long to figure themselves out? Whether it was execution, whether it was with which players they should be starting and playing, whether it was what game plan they're putting out there, how they're running the defense. Whatever the case was, it seems like it took them 6 weeks, which is just too damn long to figure it out. And I said, if that's really the case, I'm going to be kind of angry because we're at a point right now where our offense is not healthy. Our offense has injuries all over the goddamn place, and we could have used this defense earlier. But it shows up now when it almost seems unnecessary to show up because of how injured the offense is. The point I made last week came through today. No matter how good the defense is, because of our injuries to the offensive line, where I consistently say, because it's true, we're starting third string guys and we're starting practice squad guys, you're not going to do much with that offense. We had 3 more receivers go down today. We're only using 3 receivers. And, like, our running back is down. Like, come on. Our offensive line is not good right now, and that's not an offense to any of these guys because guess what? They signed on to be a third string guy. They signed on to be practice squad guys. They were not supposed to be starting multiple games in a row like this. And in terms of wide receiving core, we had a deep one. It's just that like every single dude imaginable got injured. Shep went down again with a hamstring. He just came off of a hamstring. Like, you see the point I'm making here? I said it last week. I'm going to be sort of ticked off, and this is just a personal thing for me, but I'm speaking to you all as a fan, as myself right now. If the defense gets right now when it seems not needed, when it's like, why are you getting right now? Why couldn't you get right 6 weeks ago when the offense was healthy? Because if our offense was healthy, believe you me, forget the weapons. If our line alone was healthy, in my opinion, if we had Andrew Thomas out there, I feel like we have a better chance. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple sacks to end the game there. And I'm going to talk about the mistakes made, but I feel like if we just simply have a better line, we win this game. I feel like if our weapons are fully healthy, because I said from the beginning we weren't using Kadarius Toney much, so that means he's limited. If it means he's limited, it takes away a big offensive weapon. And the offense during this game struggled to score. Reminded me of 2020. Reminded me of the 2020 season where the defense is keeping us in and continuously giving the offense opportunity on top of opportunity on top of opportunity to score, but the offense can't capitalize on it. We had our chances to close this game out. We had our chances to win. The offense couldn't do it. Very little of that was game planning today. Very little of that I'm putting on Jason Garrett because I saw some really nice things in the red zone. It's just a result of having that much injuries. You know what I'm saying? This is not one of those losses where I'm coming out here and saying blow up the team and I hate what I saw on the field because we competed so hard despite being so injured. But it is time to talk about the mistakes. Three dudes immediately come to mind in my opinion. Elijah Penny for the taunting thing, which I'm blaming more the NFL than him because I hate the taunting rule. I'm blaming John Mara because John Mara loves the taunting rule. But at the same time, Eli Penny, it's week 8, and you know what the taunting rule is, and you turned and you yelled at that guy as silly and as softer than toilet paper as it is. You're not supposed to do that, so that's a mistake on you. You cost us a good amount of yardage. Darius Slayton, that drop, I know that pass and, that catch wouldn't have been a first down, but it would have made it a fourth and, in my opinion, manageable, and it's late in the first quarter, and yes, I'm more aggressive than most people, but I would have gone for it. The Giants probably wouldn't have, as history have shown this season, they probably wouldn't have, but I would have preferred for him to catch it. You know what I'm saying? We had the drop against Washington, which ultimately didn't matter because guess what? It cost us the game. The Dexter Lawrence offsides, just like this. Darius Slayton, another drop here against the Chiefs. Guess what cost us the game? O'Shane Ximines offsides. Why are you jumping off sides? That would have been a pick if you stayed put. If you just jumped at the correct timing. That's a pick by Darnay Holmes, his second career pick, and a game-saving pick. Fundamentals and discipline. For the goddamn 7th time this year, I've seen some of the most undisciplined football in my entire life. Something that Joe Judge said we wouldn't see. For the 6th time this year, I saw a team lacking basic fundamentals, and because of that, we beat ourselves. Mr. Joe Judge, the two things you said we would see out of this team is a team that wouldn't beat itself because we have our fundamentals and a team that was disciplined. And for the 6th time this year, the exact opposite happened, and it played a major role in us losing the game. Mr. Joe Judge, who can't manage his timeouts, why was the clock running down from 2:40 all the way down to 2 minutes without you using a timeout there? Timeout management continues to be one of the worst things in your arsenal, and we continue to be the exact opposite of what we should be, which is fundamentally sound and disciplined. And that's among several other things I thought that you could have coached better this game. But as this team continues to fight, which they really are, and like I said, I believe if we have somewhat of a healthy offense, we do win this game. It's not the point, though. The point is we fought. The point is we had multiple chances to win, and we didn't take advantage of it. The fact that we were in this game, in my opinion, means that we could have won it. So because of that, we couldn't capitalize on our chances. We lost this game. We beat ourselves. We beat ourselves. It's as simple as that. The good thing, the positive out of this is that the defense truly does seem to be back. Whether this is just a 2-game outlier blip in the entire season, we'll see. But this is 2 straight games now of incredible defense, and I hope it stays that way. And as our offense gets healthier, hopefully we can do something. And then, of course, as usual, Joe Judge, you kind of continue to disappoint me. That's it for now, guys. Put your thoughts down below. I don't really have much else to say in this reaction / recap / whatever you want to call it. I'm out. Let me read your comments right now, man. Peace.